Hey guys, it's great to be here again. I think this is the third huddle of the year, so we are sort of going to get used to this, and I hope some of this is also looking interesting because we are trying to make sure that some of this engagement that we are able to bring to you, despite the fact that we can't meet in person, is hopefully making a lot of sense because despite everything that is happening around us, we are continuing to serve our customers together, and you guys are a big part of all of this today. So without further ado, I hope you guys can see my screen. Can someone from the panel confirm that?
Yes, we can see your screen, Satvik.
Thank you very much, Juhi. Okay, so I will start today by essentially walking you guys through what we have been up to. But at the same time, I also want to sort of set the stage for where Freshworks is heading, especially our developer story and how you guys are going to be a big part of it, right? So this will be a short presentation, but still I hope that there will be a lot of takeaways for you guys today. So first and foremost, it would be unfair for us to ignore where we find ourselves today. And so let's remind ourselves that we have essentially a lot to thank some of these warriors who've been helping us through the last 9 months, going out there and doing things on our behalf so that we don't have to do that, right? And so they are essentially at the front line of this battle against the virus that we've all been sort of in the middle of as a planet, as a human race in the last 9 months. And so I think it makes a lot of sense that we should start by thanking them like we've done last time as well. So thank you to all the Corona warriors out there. At the same time, given the fact that it's been 9 months, I think it is time for us to also admit that, hey, this is hard, right? Isolating ourselves from our friends, our family, from the daily activities, the lifestyle that we are used to, and the social isolation that this has led to is obviously very hard. And so I would like to take this opportunity to also request each one of us to realize that what we are going through is a unique situation in the history of humanity, and we should always give ourselves some space, right? Don't be too hard on yourself if you find yourself doing things which perhaps you don't find yourself doing at other times when everything is sane and peaceful, right? And yes, 9 months is a very long time, but there is a lot of good news around us, right? If you start reading the news, you find that people are hurrying through a vaccine and people are making plans on how to deliver this, how to fight this virus and try to get back to normal. So despite the fact that it's been a long battle, it looks like we are starting to come out on top, right? So I request each one of you to hang in there because good times are right ahead of us. And just to make it even more merrier, we have a new year right ahead of us, right? And the new year will hopefully be another milestone that we can look forward to, and we can say, hey, I'm going to put 2020 behind me, right? So I'm sure we are all excited to flip the calendar and stop looking at 2020. So on that note, I do want to also say that perhaps it makes sense at this time for us to take a brief time travel, right? What I want to do in the next 10 minutes or so is take you back around 4 years in time where Freshworks actually started imagining this marketplace play and especially the developer platform play, just so that I can set the context for all of you guys, especially the ones who have also worked with other platforms, right? Because there are so many SaaS platforms available on the internet today. And then we are all competing for your attention as a developer, right? But today I want to basically take some time to take you back 4 years and look at how we have essentially come where we have today. And I'll focus specifically on one problem. You'll see what I'm focusing on. So we all know what we are here together to do, right? So each one of you as a developer has already probably worked with one of our Freshworks customers and customized their solutions, right? So what we are doing together is probably not a surprise because SaaS out of the box does not let you integrate with your favorite tools or automate everything that otherwise you have to do manually. And maybe it doesn't understand your specific problems. So for example, if you as a customer are a finance provider versus a logistics provider, your needs of what you expect from a Freshworks product are very different, right? and Freshworks may not be able to meet all of that. And so this is where you guys as a developer and we as a platform combine our hands and make these specific solutions so that customers get as much value as possible from our mutual services, right? So we all know what we are in this together for. But let's take a look at one common problem, right? When we started out building this platform, we realized that when you look at the uh, look at the kind of problems that people have to solve today, you will realize that many of the problems are maybe not as complex when you write them down on paper, but when you actually have to implement them. And I know some of you have actually had to implement these kinds of complicated architectures, right, for fulfilling certain customer needs. And so you realize that maybe let's take an example of a Freshdesk Jira integration, which is one of our very popular apps on the marketplace today. Uh, where if you look closely, you'll realize that what the app is trying to do is keep Freshdesk in sync with Jira, right? So whenever a ticket is created in Freshdesk, we want to link it to a issue in Jira and then keep them both in sync. And when you put it like that, it sounds like a very simple problem. But when it comes to actually implementing this, you realize that as a developer, you spend a lot more time not on this business logic of that one line problem that I described, but you actually have to go and figure out, hey, which cloud vendor am I going to use to host my application? How will it scale? How do I ensure that it is reliable, fault tolerant? How will I know if something goes wrong? Who will take care of an application going down? How do I scale my database below it? All of these become problems that you also have to address. And that important problem of the sync integration is hidden behind all of this complexity. So very early, we decided that, hey, look, we are going towards 2020. The cloud has matured so much that everyone is building and hosting their solutions on the cloud. We as a company have basically built our products and platform cloud first. So it is high time that we accept this fact, right? That developers should actually focus on solving customer problems and not compute problems, so that they can meet the customer's needs as best as possible by exactly understanding what they wanted and leaving the compute problems to the platform behind it all. So that same picture that you saw earlier, that complicated architecture diagram, we imagined it should be something as simple as this. So each of you who has already worked with a serverless app already knows and understands this picture, right? So essentially what it has boiled down to is you as an app developer have the means to listen to changes that happen anywhere, either in Freshdesk or in Jira, and your app can then react and make changes through API calls on either of those data sources, right? Now, you as a developer don't have to worry about how this application will scale, how it will be fault tolerant, right? What kind of load it will be able to take, because we have tried to hide all of that complexity behind this idea of a serverless app, right? So those problems are still solved, but then we say that the same SaaS product that is hosting Freshworks products, in this case Freshdesk, should also own this scale problem. So this was the vision. And if you fast forward a little, you see that this is where we ended up, right? We essentially have a bunch of different services based on our understanding of what are the common problems you as a developer would like to address for our customers. And we map them down to individual components that are available from our app framework itself, right? So you as a developer simply make a client.request method call, and that behind the scenes is going to use what is called a request proxy. You as a developer define an OAuth config file, and that behind the scenes will make sure you can do a handshake and generate access tokens and refresh them, and all of that is taken care of by this OAuth proxy client, right? So all in all, we essentially have envisioned that we'll keep identifying common problems that you as a developer have to solve, where you're forced to go and work with cloud vendors and host infrastructure. And once we realize this is a very common problem, we should bring it into the platform and solve it for you. This is how you can essentially make your work with the platform self-reliant, right? You can be completely in control of how your application scales. The other thing we also added is how to make your applications look and feel exactly as intuitive, as appealing, right, as our Freshworks products. And many of you have already used crayons and you know the power that it brings to your hands. So the Crayons web component library already implements the Freshworks styling guide, right? So you don't have to worry about whether your application will look different from how Freshworks products themselves look, because we've taken care of that for you. So self-reliance and craftsmanship are two things that the platform gives you out of the box. Now, again, if we fast forward to today, this is what you will see, right? We have become decently mature in the SaaS industry when it comes to a developer platform. And these numbers tell a story of themselves, right? Thanks to all the applications that all of you guys have built, we have very good numbers to report here, right? What is also impressive is that all of these apps are driving huge traffic into our platform, which essentially convinces us that we were doing this the right way and we should do more of this, right? 500 million serverless app invocations is something we reported last huddle as well, but we have other bigger numbers to report here as well, as you can see. So kudos to all of you guys for leveraging our platform in the right way and helping us prove that this story is actually the right one for us to chase. So now that we find ourselves here, I think I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to the next big thing, which neatly falls into the same story, right? So we have looked at the kind of problems customers want Freshworks to solve. And we started by looking at what Freshdesk customers were asking for. Like some of the screenshots here show, people actually tell us that, hey, I don't just work with tickets and contacts and customers. I also work with other entities in my business. So for example, this is a camera provider and they have stores and outlets all over the country and they actually sell cameras. So the camera is an entity, the store is an entity that this business actually wants to track. And so how do you bring these two interesting entities into Freshdesk? On the right, you see car as an entity. So this is a car rental service, which also wants to track individual cars that they have available to give away, right? How do you track the car as an entity inside of Freshdesk? And when you raise a ticket, how do you associate the ticket with the car? These are the problems that people were starting to ask us to solve. And so I'm very happy to say that we have essentially opened up an early access program, which has already been announced on the forum. You must have already seen this. Some of you have already signed up for this, and you'll get access very shortly in a few days to start building what we call as the custom objects, right? So through custom objects, you essentially get a database, a full-blown RDBMS relational database behind the platform, using which you can define your own entities and objects and start working with them. So we have a session later today where Hemchandar will walk you through a hands-on experience of how you can work with custom objects. So please hang around for that. And working with custom objects in the Freshworks platform is going to be a very different experience. If you have worked with other custom objects in other platforms, we are trying to essentially say, what would the experience be in 2020? That is a question our developers are asking when we are building this feature. And so what you will see in Haim's hands-on session is also the fact that it should be as simple as defining your entity or your custom object in a JSON file. And by now, I think you guys are used to this, right? We ask you to put everything in some JSON file. So this is no different. And the entity gets created as soon as the app is installed. So you don't have to worry about the logistics of how to manage the entity lifecycle. It's taken care of by the platform. And finally, as the code snippet shows on the right, working with the entity is as simple and as similar to how you work with other entities. So you simply just load up an object and do method calls like a get or a get all and a delete and so on. So we do believe that you love this experience. And like with every standout feature, this will also come with complete local simulation. You don't have to actually deploy your application into Freshworks and install it as a custom app to test your custom object capabilities. You can actually do complete testing in your local host itself, right? So the same FDK run command will start to give you access to a local copy of your custom object, and you can test your whole business logic locally. So I'm very excited about this. I hope you guys will be as well, especially after you watch Haim's session today. So let's take one step back and ask ourselves, hey, what is Freshworks trying to do, right? This is what I would like for you to take away today, right? You as developers are essentially giving us this kind of feedback. which is driving us to this bigger vision, which we imagine that Freshworks has to fulfill for both you and our customers in the next few years. So if you dial back to the early years of this millennium, you will realize that maybe some of you were very young, but I wasn't. And so I can remember that we were so excited when we could essentially take a virtual machine and put it in some cloud, right? And we don't have to worry about how the virtual machine comes up and who manages it, what happens when it goes down. And you just have machines on demand, right? That was the infrastructure as a service play that the cloud started out with. Soon after, the cloud developers realized that people are building more and more complex applications as components on top of this infrastructure. So you have queues, you have load balancers, you have file stores, you have databases, and so on. And so they said, hey, maybe I can give those components from the cloud platform that our developers use, which is what is today called as a PaaS, or a platform as a service, right? What we are seeing as a trend now is that people are repeatedly building and using other components, and the common applications people build are starting to get centralized into a few common ideas, right? So for example, all of us here are building apps that run on the browser. All of us have also built a serverless app, which could also be considered a backend app, right? Some of us, maybe in our day jobs outside of Freshworks, are also building websites and other portals. So these are the apps that people are trying to build. And we believe that the next wave of the cloud revolution should be, how can I offer a framework so people can directly build apps? They don't need to worry about queues or load balancers or file stores and so on, which, if you think about it, is exactly what Freshworks is trying to do, right? So we imagine that tomorrow Freshworks will let you build a lot more different types of applications in the same framework that you're used to. And that is our vision of what we call as the application platform as a service. So I am very excited about where we are heading, and I hope you guys will stay with us for this whole journey. So there were other things that we are doing in the last quarter. Let's quickly check out what else we were up to. As Juhi pointed out in one of her questions in the quiz, yes, there is a new product which is now called Freshworks CRM. If you pay close attention, you will realize that this is actually a new avatar of Freshsales itself, because we have realized that people wanted to purchase additional products in a suite, right? As you see here at the bottom, people bought Freshsales with the Freshcaller and Freshmarketer and Freshchat. And so instead of selling each of those piecemeal, we actually built a complete product out of those components. And that is what is called as Freshworks CRM. So it is an integrated solution where all of these call and chat and marketing capabilities are available in a single product. And the beauty of this is it comes with two new features. One is called the customer data platform, which means across all of these capabilities, whether a customer calls you on the phone, or they reach out to you on the website, or they chat with you, you can track the customer's journey across all of those assets, which is what is called the customer data platform. And it comes out of the box with AI/ML capabilities for scoring leads and tracking the customer's journey and predicting what will happen. So we already support apps for Freshworks CRM, and you will see later today how you can actually build apps for Freshworks CRM as well. And the secret sauce for that is what is called as an Omni app, right? Like this little kid here is trying to show. We are anticipating that the same apps that work for Freshsales can be easily ported and made available to our Freshworks CRM customers. So our idea is to make it very easy for you to port these apps from Freshsales to Freshworks CRM. And that is what an Omni app is trying to solve for you. So as the manifest picture shows here, in a single app manifest, you can now actually define Freshsales and Freshworks CRM as two products. And so single app will work for both of those products. That is a vision that we have for how to make it easy for you to port your apps from Freshsales to Freshworks CRM. And so today, the session right after mine is where Rohit will walk you through how you can build an Omni app yourself. The other thing we've been trying to do is trying to learn how to work with the open source community. You know that we have two repositories today, the Market Sample Labs and the Crayons project, both of which are open source. And so we wanted to experiment with Hacktoberfest to see how we can generate excitement. And thanks to all the effort from our developer advocates, we actually got a lot of interesting engagement. And so I wanted to thank the top contributors who are listed here, who have essentially generated most amount of engagement and PRs and closed a number of issues for us in the last month, which was October. So we look forward to doing a lot more of this in the open source tomorrow, thanks to what we learned from this. On the community front, we continue to watch how each of and not just questions. Like you can see, many of you guys are already contributing back to the community, right? This is what makes it very interesting, because you don't have to just rely on a Freshworks engineer to help you. We are all helping each other. We are all in this together. This is what defines a great community. And I want to thank again all these top contributors who essentially made sure that our community is starting to flourish and become a well tightly knit community. Before I wrap up, I wanted to quickly take a look at what are the early things that you might see next year, because we are all waiting for 2021 to flip the calendar. So the first thing we'll be chasing is making sure custom objects is a full-fledged first-class feature in the platform. So this picture tells you that like other events that you had, you should also expect events from custom objects, right? So when a store entry changes, you want an event to be generated and your app to be triggering. There are a lot more goodies that we'll add into the custom object story, because we believe it's a very big feature on our platform. So watch this space for a lot more goodies. The other interesting theme that we've seen in the last few months, and I know some of you developers have already faced this, you're reaching out to us and saying, hey, this customer is big, they have 500 agents, can I have 1000 RPM for DB or 500 RPM for proxy and so on. And on a piecemeal basis, one by one, we are sort of changing the rate limits, because the defaults that we have out of the box are not good for the bigger customers, right? And so more of you are starting to face this problem. And so we have decided to solve this in a holistic way, which is what we call as the subscription-based rate limits, where by default, out of the box, larger customers will have larger rate limits. So you don't have to come beg us to increase rate limits before a customer can go live and use our application, right? So we'll move the problem from a developer to the customer themselves. Customer has to essentially make sure they're in the right subscription, so they will have the right rate limits to work with your applications. This is something that you'll start seeing next quarter itself. Finally, the Omni app story obviously doesn't end with Freshworks CRM. We would like for you to build one application and make it work across multiple products, right? If you build, let us say, a Trello app, I would love for your Trello app in one single app package working in both Freshdesk and Freshchat, right? In this example, you see I've essentially called out 3 different products in the same manifest, which is also what will be possible next year. So we hope that you'll build more apps in this way by actually not building more apps, just updating your manifest, fixing the business logic, and republishing the apps. We were hoping to launch this this quarter itself, but unfortunately, there's a lot more work needed for us to launch apps on the internet. These are apps that actually face your end customer, which means on a Freshchat widget, where a customer is trying to create a support ticket or chat with an agent, we should be able to load applications, right? The good thing is we have actually expanded the scope, and now we believe that we can solve the same problem for Freshdesk as well. Some of you who worked with Freshdesk have seen that Freshdesk has a customer portal, and this is where we want to run these apps again. So now apps will run not just for your agents and administrators inside the account, they will also run on the internet, where the end customers who are actually raising the tickets and coming for support will see them. So that is what I can share very quickly for what you should look forward to in the next few months. I hope you are excited, because this is the season to get excited.